You've been great to invite us to this beautiful city of Phoenix, and we are here to thank you by presenting the gentlemen who have made all of this possible. Not only do they have the longest running genre TV show in North American history, they also are 45 years have been the most supportive of their fans. So please join me in giving a nice welcome to Jensen and Jared.
I'm still waking up. So, did anybody not make the concert last night? It's okay. Totally get you. For those of us who
Where were you?
got kept.
You were sick,
No way.
but overnight you miraculously got better. And here you are.
You must have access to the, we call it like the Winchester makeup, because we'll have one episode where we get
Let's call it something other than makeup.
Winchester sauce. We get episodes where we're like,
That's we're spitballing. That's what we do.
no, but we always joke. How is this too tall for me? We always joke.
As we get older, you start to shrink.
We'll have episodes where we're like scratching the face and stabbing the stomach and punched and beat up. And next episode we're like, how you doing? What do these guys eat? Like,
Yeah, our faces should just be covered in scar tissue.
Totally. And then I think it occurred to me on the way home from the concert about 12:30. I was like, you know what? And obviously we have little ones as well. I was like, why does it feel so late? It's only 12:30. It's like, oh yeah, it's 2:30 in Texas.
Right. Yep.
Daddy, don't stay up till 2:30.
And I was saying, I said this last night, I think that this is the first time that we've ever, that it's ever been this way, where, because we're always on the West Coast whenever we fly to conventions. So we're always going to bed early. But this is the first time we were used to Central Time and we went west.
So we still stayed up till midnight.
Yeah, it was real awesome. Because we're like the Winchesters.
That's my line. You just Richard spaded me. So, behind the scenes, Rob Benedict is, well, in front of the scenes.
Certainly the funnier of the two.
He's the funnier of the two.
But he's a quiet one.
Yeah, he's sort of in a big group, he'll kind of make a joke, and 2 or 3 people will hear it and laugh hysterically, and then 4 seconds later, Spade will make the joke very loudly, and the room is like, oh, Richard, you're the best.
And Rob's over, he's like, I just made that joke. So we've literally called it when you steal somebody's joke.
It's called the Spade. It's called the Spade. Who's first time? I love it. Thank you all so much. Welcome to the crazy, cool Spnphx family. Yeah, I see a lot of happy faces. Thank you. Our face will wake up. Double wave. I love the double wave. We kind of just, backstage there, we're sort of in season 12 mode now. So it was a fun, way to start season 12 for Jared and Jensen to come out. And I guess we brought the cool, because I guess it's going to be 180 degrees next week. So, full disclosure.
I think they actually, they record things in Kelvin.
In sun metrics. So Jensen has been trying for, 11 plus years now to teach me how to golf.
Still very much a work in
I think when we met, he was like, you know what, as your elder, I'm gonna teach you about wine and golf. He had no trouble about the wine, but I now learned from him. But golf, I have been like digging my heels in. And so I decided, genius that I am to learn to golf in Phoenix.
I was always like this. And we could be, winter in Antarctica and go, and he'd be like, why is it so? It's -72 right now. It's just like a heat wave.
Yeah, so,
What?
girl, you hot. With a beard, no less. We're trying to.
At one point, I looked over. We were playing yesterday. At one point, I looked over, and it was like there was.
Explain why.
Well, I will. But it was like he was just like bleeding milk. Like, it was just bright beads of just like streaming down his neck. I'm like, and Cliff just was like, check out his neck.
So meanwhile, I'm like watching the other golf player, and Jensen and Cliff are like,
He just like, I guess, sprayed sunscreen. And the sunscreen didn't even get time to set.
it's my friend.
It just washed off.
Then there's the time. So we're playing, and it was Jensen, Cliff, myself. We tweeted a picture yesterday, and then I guess for those of you non-golfers like me, if you have less than 40 hole, what's that?
Where we were playing? We were at the billboard.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out by the map in the background.
It was pretty, but we played with the fourth player. And so Jensen on the back nine, the second half of the course, was like, all right, let's play.
You know the lingo now, don't you? The back nine.
He's like, let's play. I forgot the lingo. Let's play match play. Let's do match play. Cart versus cart. And so Cliffy's with me, and he's like, really? You give me paddle like you, and you want to play like match play?
Meanwhile, the guy, the sequel that we picked up, he's ex-Marine and was playing. I think he was almost like scratched off in the first like 8
That means
holes.
really good.
So I'm like, hey, about cart versus cart. He was like, come on, you gotta give us some like, you gotta give him some strokes. I'm like, well, that's a different conversation. Listen, let's just keep it about golf. That's as tough as
And then, so we decided to play match play against each other. And so we drive to the next hole, and Jensen had a hat or a visor on, and I look over, and he's like this. He's got like white stuff all over his face, and kind of looks crazy. And I was like, what's wrong with you? War paint. It was like the zinc sunscreen. I looked over, and I was like, ah. It was like the episode
Game on.
Braveheart or something. War paint. I was like, I'm nervous. I don't know how to golf. I'm nervous. So, thank you all. It's good to be here.
And I know you're all dying to know who won, right? Well, yeah, obviously, I would have brought it up, but I lost. I will. But I will say it came down to the final putt on the 18th hole. Wow. And it was, I had to save my putt. Cliff had already put it out, the guy that we were with, Ryan already put it out. And Jared and I were both lying basically equal. And you had probably maybe a 5-foot putt. Oh, shut up. And I had about a 15-foot putt. And I'm like, I have to save this.
Yeah, downhill.
And he just, no, it was like a curve. It was like, and he was in a canyon. He just had to hit down the canyon.
It was like the gutter.
It was like a toilet bowl. And I hadn't sunk a good putt all day. And I'm like, I need this. I have to save this to win. Suck it. I just This was, just mind you, this was after a few holes back when I was in a sand trap right next to the green, and all I had to do was chip it up maybe about 15 feet onto the green. Instead, I decided to blade it out of the trap, over the green, over the grass, into the parking lot, and hit some guy's car. Who was in the car trying to get away.
He stopped, don't worry.
He's like, he stopped. He's like, what the? And I just go, quick, somebody throw me a ball, throw me a ball. And then like 3 balls come. Too many. I don't know, man. Somebody else.
And I saw the guy because I heard someone yell, "Thanks a lot!" Word of choice. And I was like, and he stopped. And I was like, interesting. So I was like, is it going down for real? Like,
You know what? It wouldn't be the first time.
it wouldn't be the first time. But I was like, God bless him. Like, obviously it was an accident, but God bless the guy for like getting out and telling us to stick it. Then I looked around, it's me, it's Jensen, it's Clippy, it's an ex-Marine. I'm like, is he gonna come over and like, do something? Or is he just good on him? Like, it's in the back, it's been too long. He just drove away. He yelled at the time when he drove away. All right, enough about golf. Did anybody want to? Yes, I see your hand shooting up.
Thank you. Okay, so we've heard how Jensen and Misha met and then how you guys talked about him. But how did Jared and Misha meet? And what did you think of him?
I met, after Jensen and Misha met, I was like, we knew that, so in our lives in Supernatural, it was kind of funny, because season 1, it was Jensen and Jared, and that was it. Like, every now and again, somebody would come by for the second time. You know, there was kind of Jeffrey Dean, but people were like, he's doing this, he's doing that, and so it was literally just me and just me. And then season 2, again, they kind of brought some hunters on, you know, they brought Joe and then Nash, and so you're like, okay, we're kind of seeing people, but still it's like the Jensen and Jared show. Season 3, they bring on Ruby and Bella, and so they do a few episodes, and it's fun, but again, it's like 22 episodes of Jensen and Jared. Season 4, we hear, you know what, it's not just guest stars, we're signing something to a year-long contract, and they're going to be a part of the show. And it was like, friends! And so Jensen shoots with him, and I'm like, hey, so what's the deal with this? Masha? Like, what? Hey, what kind of name is that?
It's not even his name. Like, really? You can pick a new name and that's what you pick?
You get anything, you do Misha? That's pretty suspicious. And so, I was talking to Jensen, and I was like, so what's the deal with the new guy? Like, what's his story? Where is he from? Is he like from Russia? Or like, what is it, Greek? I don't know what Misha is. Is it a food item? Like, and so Jensen's like, yeah, man. And we're walking from like stage 3 to, so the way our studios are is our trailers are over there. It's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and behind that is stage 4, which is like a wardrobe blackout. And so we're walking from stage 3, which is maybe a 120-foot walk back to our trailers. And Misha was there that day because he was shooting later. He was doing a wardrobe fitting or something. Not that he needed the wardrobe fitting in the first 8 years. He was there for some reason. And so we're walking and talking. We just rehearsed. We're like going back to get our wardrobe on or something. And I'm like, so what's the deal with this guy? And Jensen's like, yeah, he's interesting, man. Like Jensen was still like, I don't know if I got to read on him. Like I think he's maybe method, and he's sitting right there acting normal. And I was like, oh god. We start walking like, hey, and Misha, maybe something was going on, but he was like, it was like Rosemary's Baby, or he was just sitting there like, I've only got some. I don't know if he was like getting a character or something, but there was no acting going on. It was outside of the stages. He was just like sitting in the back of a grip truck.
You don't do.
Yeah, he was the first to beat you up, especially Misha. He's just like sitting there, like, looking at me. And I was like, I'm creeped out, man. Like, I'm gonna walk around next to him.
You're like, that's creepy. I'm like, I know. Something awful about the guy.
You'd have to ask Misha, but I think he was a more like method style actor before we broke him.
And he is broken.
Now he's just broken, full break. So yeah.
There's also, it's interesting to get, and I know I've been put through this, I'm sure you have too, but when you're a guest on a already established set, there are kind of some, psychological defense mechanisms of, you just kind of throw walls up. Because
Misha's defense mechanism is acting like a freak weirdo.
yes. It is, because you don't know, life in general. You want to, kind of keep yourself. A lot of people, a lot of guest stars will come and bring books, just when the rehearsal's done or when the scene's done. In between setups, something, they'll just go back to the chair and they'll read the book and just kind of keep it themselves and stuff.
Not Mark Shelley, by the way. He just talks to everybody and doesn't shut up.
He's too comfortable.
He talks more off camera than he does on camera. So, yes. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
What do you do when you say that to your mom?
Wow, Mom. I want Mo. Basically, any Wom.
Or if I punched you.
Ow. What's in your coffee? What's in my coffee?
This is why Misha was just staring at us. Probably thinking the same thing we were. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but there's usually kind of a protocol. Like if you're a guest star on somebody's show, it's your job basically to follow their lead. Misha wasn't so much interested in that, which is fine. He blazed his own path, as it were. Yeah, and I think we're all better for it. I was wrong with that.
Yeah, gosh. I think we have time for one more question now. Yes, right here.
I was just wondering.
Hi.
Hey.
I was just wondering if you guys could have any character that's been killed off the show, back on the show, not actor, character. Who it would be, and it can't be Ruby.
It's funny because I would pick her, just so that if you came in line, I would have to. That's your question, and there's probably
One of the answers-
very long list.
Yeah, one of the answers we got to experience this year with Chuck. With Pellegrino, obviously. So Chuck was great, and Bieber, it was cool. It's difficult for me to separate who I want back just because I like them so much, and who I want back because I really like what their character did. But I did really love the season 4 and 5 Motley Crew. With Spate and even 6 was it with Mitch. I thought they were cool for the show. I thought they opened up, especially Darby Gabriel. He kind of opened up all possibilities, especially the Trickster number. And he was able to do a lot of crazy things, and it brought out some of the kookiness of Supernatural, which I really liked. So I guess I'd have to go with Spade, but I wouldn't say that if he was here.
Yeah, there's a lot that there's a big wish list of people, and sometimes that list gets ticked off. Like this year, we've got a couple back that we always love to have around. Charlie would be one. Kane, Tim and it's for selfish reasons, because I love Felicia and I love Tim, and they're just really, really great people to work with, but also what their characters did for for Dean and for Sam. And if I'm thinking more on that aspect, then I would have to say John would be probably my top. And that serves as kind of two birds with one stone there, because I love Jeff and yeah. We love Jeff, and we still talk to him quite often. He's a great friend, but more than that, he would bring such an interesting dynamic, I think, to the story that we're telling right now, because, especially from my character standpoint, who really idolized his father and is kind of slowly becoming what his father was. And I think that would open up a lot of interesting storylines. So
yeah, me too. I love that. One of the things this is how I justify it, at least. One of the themes of Supernatural that I kind of love is how two fallible, flawed humans deal with the world when the world doesn't work out how they wish, And so obviously, Sam and Dean want John. Obviously, even Sam, who had his troubles with his father, would love for his father to be around, to have some guidance. It's like, that was really cool about the Chuck dynamic this year, is it's like, are we treating him like a father? Like, because he's got, but it's kind of neat to see Sam and Dean when they don't get to ask their dad what the answer is, because you see two humans who are just really doing the best they can under really crummy circumstances. So, yeah, I love that. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go way over there to that hand, way over there with the red thing. Orange thing. Yeah, no, that's you.
the only one who
Hi.
Hi.
So, if you two were hunters, what would your favorite monster to kill would be?
Probably something with the head chop off. Cool. Yeah, yes, that's all monster. I'll say this: he's not doing Ego because he's taller than I am. So Sam don't like that. Either that or maybe the Ruby Demon. So that could be it for you. That's funny. I'd like a concert with that.
I'd be cool. I think like the Amazon chicks. Yeah. I mean, it would get messy later. But, now, come on.
I can take you anyways.
Can I have another coffee? My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. About double hands there. Yes. What's up?
By the way, I love you.
Love you.
And my question's gonna be for Jared.
I love you too. I totally missed that.
I said I can't ask Jensen my question because I'm married and so is he. So I can't ask him the question I have for him.
I'm married too. Say it again.
I said I've been in love with him for 20 years.
He's old, huh?
So am I. But my question for you, Jared, is what's the difference between, since you just recently went back to Gilmore Girls, what's the difference between the dynamic on set with Supernatural versus the Gilmore Girls?
Fair.
Estrogen.
So it's very different. For me, it's also super different because it's different being number one or two on the call sheet than being the Misha. You know what I mean? I mean, it's different because I get to go, and Gilmore Girls is so funny, so it felt like at least when I was working, it felt like a high school reunion, you know what I mean? It was like, oh my God, how have you been? You know, you knew me when I was 17 years old. And Gilmore Girls for me, it was a really fun, but funny. It was the same when I dropped names like they're hot. The same when I went with Peter O'Toole. It was so weird for me because did I drop a name? But it became like, it was more about the experience than it was about, God, my analysis of it or something. It was just me, because I mean, I did Gilmore Girls when I was 17 years old. I was still, even when I got Gilmore Girls, I was going to be getting back in my car a half later and going back to Austin to start school until they offered me another 4 episodes. So it was a funny, like, to look around and go like, hey, because everybody's coming up to me and be like, oh my God, congratulations, 11 years, going on 12, like, what in the world? And I was like, hey, you gave me my first job, like, and I've watched some of the Gilmore Girls, not that I'm De Niro right now, but I was not good. I'm not saying I'm winning an Oscar tomorrow, but 15 years ago, I watched them like, what's wrong with that guy? So they were really patient with me, and they were really loving and giving, and I was just really grateful. Whereas with Supernatural, I totally am ungrateful. Just stop. Sorry. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go right there with the red thing. Y'all red things. No wonder she was looking around. I was like, the red thing. She was like, yeah.
It's okay. I'm loud. It's okay.
Yes.
What has been your favorite prank to pull on set?
God.
I got this. It hasn't happened yet, but it's in the works. And it was agreed, and it was thought, it was all
Conception was last night.
Conceptualized last night behind her. So stories to come.
Beyond that, I think one of my favorites, just in hindsight, because I've seen the video and it looks brutal, was pie in the face illusion. Because it was like,
It didn't look brutal, it was. You almost broke the guy's nose.
he was so scared for the entire time. He wore a diaper. Just
He still does. All right, that's about the braids. Only because my daughter has braids just like that, like 2 days ago. So. Hey, I didn't do it.
I had braids like that 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's a hot mess.
Okay, so if you guys could change anything about your characters, what would you do?
Heritage.
No.
But he was thinking hair. That would probably be his issue.
I thought you said heritage. I was like, Polish people have big foreheads? That's an amazing question.
A, do you know your heritage? B, what would you change? Change about our characters.
God, you know what? I think because it's been so long, there were many things in the. It's really funny how my life kind of, without the intensity of the drama, how my life as Jared really kind of mirrored my existence as Sam. And I've said this before, and I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever heard, but like when I was doing Gilmore Girls, I was living in LA, like in an apartment, and saving up money, and I finally got to the place where I could afford to like buy a little house out of the city, and I got dogs, and my agent makes fun of me because I was like, I finally get to have a magazine subscription. I mean, am I like a cancer baby? Like, I just want my shell. Like, even in Austin, I just want to sit in my home with my family, my friends, and kind of like not go out. So I think I finally got to the place where I felt comfortable. I was 21 or 22, and then I was like, you know what? This TV show is amazing. I hope I get it because I have my magazine subscription. It's, you know, a 2-mile drive from my house to go film. And so we did this TV show, and it's amazing. And then they sent it to Vancouver, and Vancouver's beautiful. For those who haven't been, it's an amazing city. Yeah, but Jared felt like Sam, and I'm like, but I didn't. This isn't how I wanted it to go. Like I'm away from all my friends now, my dogs, and like I'm living in a hotel, and it's weird and awkward. And there were things I wanted to change, and Sam kind of evolved and grew, and Jared, I hope, kind of evolved and grew. And so there's been a lot of parts of Sam that I've been upset with, but there have been a lot of parts of Jared that I've been upset with. And in hindsight, and not like I hope I'm still got many years to go, but looking back on my last 11 years, even the parts of my life that I'm not so proud of or happy about, I see where they served a purpose. I see how I maybe with some understanding and some patience from family and friends grew from them and grew out of them. And I think Sam did too. You know, there were parts where he would go after his brother. There were parts where I was like, Sam, what are you doing, dude? But y'all stuck with him, and my friends and family stuck with me. And so I think I dig Sam. I think I'll keep him how he is.
I would just use the grenade launcher more. Been there since day one, sitting in the back of the trunk, never been used. I know there's ammo. I've seen it.
The series
it would help us a lot if we just didn't need to go into the house full of vampires. If we just boom. All right, Carter.
I love this line. This has to be the last line of Supernatural. The salt grenade!
They're playing us off. Hey, listen guys, before we walk up, I just want to say, keep Orlando in your thoughts and prayers today. So,